Hey guys, how's it going? Today I have a guest on my channel and his name is?
Tanner.
Awesome. So Tanner is actually one of my students and he flew out here in Dubai because he had a good month. So I'm just going to be interviewing Tanner. We're going to be talking about option trading in this video. This video is going to be really special. And since Tanner is on my team, you can actually schedule a free call with Tanner. But let's jump into Tanner's story and let's talk a little bit about option trading. So Tanner, just tell me just generally, how long have you been trading options for?
Yeah, so I've been trading options for about a year and a half.
And you're pretty young, so
Yep.
Being in college and everything, you got out and you were just having a job. How was it working in the workplace, and why did you go full time with option trading?
It was good. I mean, I was working just a normal 9 to 5. I went to college, and the job itself was fine. It was just waking up day after day, every single day going through the cycle. I just kind of got sick of it. But luckily, I had saved a good amount of money, and from there, I was able to actually use that to do options.
And how much are you making per month right now in options?
Right now, per month, I make about 3,000 to 4,000.
3,000 to 4,000. So it's not a lot of money,
No,
but
it's not.
has it allowed you to I know you're traveling a lot. So what has
Yeah.
this amount given you?
Yeah, so it's actually allowed me to leave the 9 to 5 world, and now I can actually just travel the world and go wherever I want. So actually, I lived in Thailand for 6 months, lived on the islands, explored over there, and since I just had steady income coming in from options, I was able to just kind of actually enjoy it and live my life more than I was just working the 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's cool. A lot of my students are making good money, 10K. You're not there yet, but how consistent are you per month? Because obviously leaving the United States and traveling, what if your income was zero? What if you had a bad month in option trading? How do you manage your monthly income?
Yeah, so I keep it very, very safe with options, so it's never something risky to where I could lose a bunch of money. So actually last month I had a super good month, which is why I'm in Dubai with you now.
Right.
I had a good month, but I never go too crazy, and I always just save more and reinvest more than what I'm spending, basically.
Okay, so you're spending less than 3 or 4K a month.
Yeah, in Thailand I definitely was.
In Thailand, definitely less. So you're in Dubai right now. It's really expensive here. So how much did you make last month?
Yeah, so last month I made about $12,000.
Nice. And that's what? Was it NVIDIA? Was it Meta? Was it Tesla? Was it just following my Apple trade? Is it spreads? Just give us maybe 3 trades or something that been successful for you.
Yeah, so a lot of Apple. I've mostly just been following you, to be honest, because it's just easier. It's easier, but I've been doing some different spreads on some smaller companies as well, but mostly just selling puts, covered calls on Apple, NVIDIA. Yeah.
So I talk about how passive option trading is, right? And your dad's in real estate. He owns a lot of properties. He's pretty wealthy. But I'm making a video recently about real estate versus option trading. What do you think your dad with real estate compared to option trading? What do you think is more worth it? Or can you tell me a little bit more about your dad's real estate and how hard he's working and your option trading compared to that?
Yeah, so my dad with real estate, he could be retired, but he pretty much just manages his properties all day, every day. He's very, very stressed out about it. And I think he's kind of he works for himself just to manage the properties.
He needs to trade options.
He needs to trade options. So for me, I pretty much just set either the puts or the covered calls at the beginning of the week. I just trade weekly options just because it's kind of fun. So literally just at the beginning of the week, it takes me an hour, and then I check up on it couple hours the rest of the week, just kind of for fun. I don't really need to that much. So compared to what he's doing, I'm probably working 5% of the time.
Yeah. So it gives you a lot of freedom. What's your goal with option trading? You still have lots of time. You have an online income as well. Mm-hmm. So what's your goal to scaling your portfolio?
For now, just I'm going to keep piling in some of the money I make, so it's just compounding. But over time, since I have this freedom, I'm going to just probably start a business of some sort. I have income coming in, and so I can take risks like that. And so I'll probably just start a business, some sort of online business, and just add as much funds to it as possible. Keep living. Yeah.
I know you follow a lot of my trades, but are you also buying options yourself, or are you just really sticking to my blueprint?
No, I'm just selling options, yeah.
All right, cool. So you're fairly young, but you're still super hyper-focused on my strategy.
Yeah, I'm just selling options, so selling credit spreads, but I'm not doing any sort of buying options. That scares me.
It scares you? Okay. I always talk to you guys about not buying options because it doesn't work out. Here's one of my students. How long have you been in the Discord?
I have been in the Discord about a year and a half.
Year and a half. All right.
Yep.
So when you came in, like, did you know option trading, or was that kind of new to you?
I had seen some of your videos, like just your free YouTube videos, but that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it, yeah. So guys, I'm about to ask Tanner like his worst month, like what happened, how did he mismanage his position? Because a lot of questions that we have on this channel is how do you manage positions, risk management, and people make mistakes, especially in their first year and a half. But before we go into that, Tanner's actually part of my team. So if you do want to schedule a call with Tanner and actually talk to him about the Discord, so you can become a student like Tanner and be in my community, see all my trades, just talk with us and get coaching, then it's the first link in the description. You will actually talk to Tanner. How much time will you set aside? Like 30 minutes?
30, 40 minutes, however much
30?
time they need, yeah.
How much time you need. So Tanner will just like talk to you. He'll go over like what's going on currently in your portfolio, what are your goals, and if you are a good fit, we have just 5 spots. So there's very limited spots. I'm not even sure if there's gonna be time in the calendar, but if there is time in the calendar, go ahead, secure a spot. And now I do want to talk to Tanner about your worst month. So, you're a year and a half in, I know you 3 to 4K consistently. That's basically like 11 months out of the year, you make 3 to 4K, right? But 1 month out of the year, let's be honest, okay? Yeah. Option trading is consistent. It's the most consistent way to make money, in my opinion, but it's still not guaranteed. So you had a bad month.
I have. About 3-4 months ago, I made a mistake, and I'm not perfect.
Own up to it, man.
Yeah. So 3-4 months ago, I had poor man's covered calls on Palantir, and it was doing great. So I upped my position size to like 60%. And
what was it before?
It was like 10% before.
Oh, it was a 10% poor man's covered call, which is my rules. You upped it to what?
60%.
60%. So
I got a little greedy. And that month I ended up just breaking even. So I had 0 income coming in, and it was actually pretty stressful. But I was able to, I actually went through your entire training curriculum again, because I was like, what went wrong?
Yeah.
And then I came across that again, and I was like, okay.
The master videos I have in Discord?
Yeah.
So I have some master videos around risk management, stuff that I don't cover on YouTube, just because like the more like meat and potatoes of option trading management can be quite technical as well as really specific. So, what did that change for you? Like, what did you realize on the risk management side? 60% versus 10%, where's the sweet spot?
It was definitely 10%.
Okay, yeah, well, 10%.
Yeah.
So you're mainly doing covered calls, selling puts. Poor man's covered call right now is 10% of your portfolio. How much of your portfolio is like spreads? All right, guys, so we actually had to pull up Tanner's phone because it was actually a trick question. You don't have any spreads in your portfolio. You're just sticking to poor man's covered calls.
Yep. So just poor man's covered calls. And on Starbucks right now, I have an 85 call for $9.20, and then I have a Starbucks $95 call for $3.15.
So you're selling shorter term. That's just basically my trade. You got that from the Discord.
Yeah. I literally just saw you do that, so I just placed it.
All right. So that's basically I know what this position is so on March expiration, you're basically collecting like some income. You did it on January 10th. So you put in $10,402, and then total return so far is like $16.20. So that's like what? 16% return.
Yep.
In like
not bad.
In like a month.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. So I got some income coming in from that. That was part of the good month that I had. So living off those funds right now, actually.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. So see, like this position worked out really well, 16%, but you couldn't put all of your money in this position because it would be bad risk management. So this is only like 10% of your portfolio, maybe 20% because you have another poor man's covered call as well, right?
Yep. Henry, do you think you could give me just like a step-by-step tutorial and just kind of roadmap of how I can get to $1 million portfolio? Because ever since I grew up, my dad has been very wealthy. He's been doing it a different way. And for me, I just kind of want to prove to myself and to my family that I can do it on my own as well. And that's just been super important to me. And now that I'm in Dubai, I've just seen all this wealth, tons of fast cars, crazy, all this wealth. And so I want to get to that level as well. And I want to have the sort of freedom that you have as well. So how would I get to your level, man?
So I've gone over Tanner's background a bit, and he doesn't want to rely on his father, basically. He wants to make the wealth himself, and you're currently at $70,000 in your portfolio, right?
Yep.
Which is pretty good because $3,000 to $4,000 a month is like 5% per month consistently. That's pretty good returns. So in Tanner's shoes, like I'm, quite a bit older than you, but for me, I'm not into fast cars or like super fancy travel. I just came to Dubai because I like the safety here, and I want to live like a higher lifestyle in terms of like safety, privacy, higher end restaurants. But I'm not into fast cars as much. But if you want a fast car and you want to have like more cash flow per month, obviously $70,000 is not gonna like get you the best lifestyle right now. What you have to do is, honestly, if you want safe passive income, which you have right now, you just need to put more fuel on the fire. So yes, every single month you're growing by 3 to 4K, but also having an income to put into your portfolio every single month, even if it's like $1,000 or $2,000 a month. If you're putting in $1,000 or $2,000 a month, you have a roadmap within 5 to 10 years to get to $1 million, which most people die, they never even get there. So my roadmap, if I were you, is to have an active income. You don't even have to work full time, to be honest, because most people don't know how to trade options, so they have to rely on a active income. You still need an active income, but you don't need to work full time. As long as you have maybe like 5 to 10K a month in active income, you can put like even a third of that away, like $3,000 a month into your portfolio. That's going to fuel your portfolio, plus you have income. So every single month, the way I do it is you're making 3 to 4 grand. In 6 months, hopefully you're making 4 to 5 grand. In 6 more months, hopefully you're at 5 to 6 grand. And every 6 month period, you want to make sure that your average income per month is basically going up like $1,000 per month. And then really quickly, I mean, how much do you think to like basically live per month? Like a good lifestyle that you want?
I mean, right now I'm living on like 3,000 per month, but that's in Thailand. But I also want to live this sort of lifestyle everywhere. So I don't know, 8, 9, 10,000 a month.
8, 9, 10,000 a month. All right. So if you're doing 3 to 4 like grand a month, you basically need a 3x your account size. So common question I get is like, how much money do I need to retire? So in Tanner's case, based on his results, he's doing like 3 to 4K on a 70K portfolio. So if he wants to get to like 9K a month, then he needs to get to like $210,000 in his portfolio. But obviously, you still probably want to have a little bit of cushion. I mean, if you have a family to support and everything, right? So again, you probably want to get to like $250,000, $300,000 in your portfolio, because if you're doing 3% per month on $300,000, that's $9,000 per month consistently every single month. Now, yes, you have to pay tax on that. When you're option trading, it's not like the best taxes, but you're not living in the US, so you're not really paying taxes right now because you're taking advantage of something called the foreign income exclusion. So when you're not living in US, you get to exclude a certain amount of your income if you don't live there an X amount of days.
So 210,000, it sounds good, but like I don't know if I want to rely 100% super long term on options trading. So like, what was that point for you to where you realized you could live on this for the rest of your life, and just like how did that feel? So
living on option trading for the rest of my life, right? Like when did I think I can travel and not have to actually work a job?
Yeah.
I went super safe with that. Basically for me it was above 500K. So it was between 500K to 700K because I was a bit more conservative. If you guys have read about the Trinity study, basically financial advisors and like mathematicians, they have determined that per year you can take out 4% from your portfolio. So if you're actually trying to retire, you have like $1 million, then technically you're only going to make $40,000 per year. That's a safe amount to withdraw. And I obviously wanted to break that rule, and it was not going to happen through stock trading. So with option trading, for me, it was like a 2% rule, to be honest. I make a lot more than 2%. I mean, you're at 5% per month. Yeah. But just to be like really safe, I go for like 2%. So for me, I knew that at 500K, 2% per month would be $10,000 per month. I've blown way past that. Like we've had trades, again, 16% per month. But for me, it was like 500K. At 500K, I knew that, okay, even worst case scenario, I'm probably going to make around $10,000 per month. And I went to like really a lot cheaper countries. So I was in like Latin America for some time. Then I went to Eastern Europe, and we're actually going to Eastern Europe today, actually. We have a flight in just a couple hours. And I just wanted to take advantage of this Dubai apartment because it's really beautiful here.
It's amazing.
But you do need a lot of money to have a place like this. So anyways, long story short, for me, it was like 500K. That's when I started to really rely on. So I think you're thinking smart. I mean, you probably want to prepare for the worst. What's that saying? Prepare for the worst, and do you know what I mean?
Prepare for the worst and you'll be prepared for the best. I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah. No, I forget to say.
Expect the worst, you'll be prepared for the best.
Something like that. Yeah, if you guys know it, just comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys want to schedule a call with Tanner, he's on my team. He is actually working with me now, so he can help you go through the whole full Discord with me. Again, if there's spots, I'm not sure, depending on how many views this video gets. So anyways, any last things that you want to say?
No, I mean, if you guys want to be like me, just book a call. I'm excited to talk with you guys. If you guys want to know what made me very consistent and successful, then I'd be super happy to go through Henry's program with you and walk you through it. Excited to talk.